All right, this is One Last Midnight, and welcome back to another episode of the Steam Summer Sale 2019. And I told you we were going to look at some AAA games. So here is my take on AAA games. I've been burnt way too many times on AAA games, bought into the hype, and wound up spending $60, if not, if I do a deluxe, $70, $80 on a game, only for it to turn out to be not what I expected it to be, or not what they said it was going to be. So I've taken a new approach on AAA games. I'm forgetting AAA games until they go on sale. And they tend to go on sale within the first 3 to 6 months at a 25% discount. And then if you wait a little bit longer, getting into 6 months to a year range, you'll get anywhere from 50 to 60% off. Let's go ahead and look at some of the sales on AAA games right now on Steam. So first up on the list is Assassin's Creed Origin. You know, Assassin's Creed has a really deep history. It's got the franchises, many versions of Assassin's Creed, and they keep continuing to add on to the story. So, you know, Assassin's Creed Origin is it was at the time when it came out, was the next iteration of it, which is an ancient Egypt, a mystery and intrigue. You've got to kind of figure out what's going on, to, unveil some dark secrets of, forgotten myths of, whatever's going, the story just continues, but it's good, solid Assassin's Creed content. And so right now you can get Assassin's Creed Origin at 60% off for $23.99, which is a steal. Oh, I need to warn you, all of these games that I'm about to show in this video are mature rated. So they're going to have blood, guts, glory, maybe, some language, maybe some sexual content, maybe some drug related content. They're all mature level games. So just keep that in mind when I'm talking about these games. The next game on the list is Dishonored. Now, Dishonored is huge. It's overwhelmingly positive reviewed. 31,000 people have reviewed this thing. I played it on my month of OP games. We played it for one live stream. The story looks really good. So, the concept is you were the guard for the queen, and something happened. There was an assassination that happened, and you got blamed for it. You're trying to figure out what's going on. It's this immersive first-person action shooter with supernatural assassin abilities, and set in this kind of this steampunk kind of world. Very neat game. You're going to get a lot of hours out of it. All these games about to show in this video, you're going to get an enormous amount of time on it. At any rate, this is on sale, 67% off. Believe it or not, $3.29. Get it. This is like a no-brainer. Get it, get it, get it. Next one up is Just Cause 3. And then why not Just Cause 4? Well, Just Cause 4 was not that well reviewed. But Just Cause 3, I played this game for hours. For me, this game was, man, you just get into it and it's hardcore action. Whether you're, trying to capture a zone, taking over a zone, or whether there's like a ton of different races and stuff that you can do. There's a lot of content in this game. It's got over 1,000 kilometers of free space that you can roam around in. You can run, you can drive vehicles, you can fly planes. Really neat game. 85% off for $2.99. I mean, you're going to get 20 to 30 hours of gameplay for $3. Are you kidding me? Buy it. All right, another one up is Grand Theft Auto, another huge title, right? Grand Theft Auto doesn't go on sale very often, and when it is not on sale, it's still $30. I mean, this game was initially priced at $50, $60, and they've slowly come down. Now we're seeing like a nice deep 50% cut on Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is man, I can't tell you. It is definitely an adult-rated game, but Los Santos, which is the city that it's in, it's crime, drug dealing. There's murder, all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Bank robbery. You're a street hustler. You're a retired bank robber. And you're going on these missions. If it's not one you've ever looked at, or if it is something that you've looked at and you've passed over, at 50% off for $14.99, you might want to take a look at it. You are going to get many hours of gameplay in this game. You know, the Tomb Raider series has continued on, and they just came out last year with their latest release of the Tomb Raider series, which is Shadow of the Tomb Raider. You know, Lara Croft is visiting, she's trying to save the world from the Mayan apocalypse, essentially. So it's, you know, that's this take on the story of Tomb Raider. But this game, these Tomb Raider games are really, they're epically done. They're great content, great quality. Of course, there's blood, guts, and gore into it, but the storyline is very deep and it's pretty intense. I put this on the list because it's 60% off, which is a great price. It's normally $60, and they're selling it right now for $23.99 at 60% off. So, you know, a newer game on my list, definitely worth checking out. You know, another huge title, part of the Tom Clancy series, which is Ghost Recon Wildlands. You know, this game typically sells for $50. It still sells for $50. Right now it's on sale at 65%. It's $17.50, which is a great steal. You can play with up to 3 friends in this particular episode of the Tom Clancy series, this Ghost Recon. And, you know, your objective is Bolivia has fallen to the hands of some drug lord or something, and you've got to go in and save it. So, you know, it's kind of, you get a team together, you take down targets, and you progress through the story. All of these games on this list have deep, deep stories. You're going to go through pretty exciting missions. Ghost Recon is definitely one of those. Get it while you can at 65% off. Now, when you talk about huge games that are like on the top of the echelon, you look on anybody's top list, the top best games, top 10 best games, top 20 best games, Batman Arkham Asylum is always going to be on there. It is an amazing game. It was part of my 30 days of OP games that I played. I played it for one live stream. It was really, really intense. What can I say? You're Batman, you know? It's got, if you just buy the Batman Arkham Asylum game, the Game of the Year edition, you know, it's got overwhelming positive reviews, 12,000 of them, and it's 75% off. You can get it for $4.99. But the entire Batman suite, the collection, is on sale for 75% at essentially $15, $14.99. That's a steal. It's 3 games. They're all incredible Batman-related games, and you know, whichever way you go, definitely check out the Batman Arkham Asylum games. Now, the Far Cry series, again, it's another huge franchise, big production games. It's Ubisoft. Of course, they're going to put out big production games. But I've kind of been disappointed with their last couple releases of Far Cry. I wasn't really that excited about 4. I definitely wasn't thrilled about 5 at all, especially after seeing reviews of 5. But the game that I thought was really cool in the Far Cry series was Primal. You know, in Primal, you're playing a caveman. That's plain and simple. And you're going through a storyline in the whole caveman wilderness thing. You're taming animals. You have primitive weapons. It's a really neat concept. You're in the Stone Age, you know, and man, I don't know. It was a very interesting take on the whole Far Cry series. You know, it has the same mechanics as Far Cry. That whole concept of capturing an area, you know, taking over that area, and it becomes yours, and you've opened up that section of the map. Same kind of concept, but the whole environment and the Stone Age environment added a whole new twist to it. It's really neat game. It's totally worth it. 80% off for $9.99. Now, the Bioshock franchise, another huge franchise, 2K's, was the publisher of the Bioshock franchise. Bioshock, in and of itself, is an incredible story. The 3 games, Bioshock 1, 2, and Bioshock Infinite, are all awesome. You don't have to know what's going on in Bioshock 1 and 2 to be able to play Bioshock Infinite, but Bioshock Infinite is the top of the echelon. 59,000 overwhelmingly positive reviews. Again, if you look on top 10 list, it's there. It is absolutely there. The story is deep. The gameplay is intense. I don't know what to tell you about this. You've got to get this game. It is totally worth it. 75% off at $7.49. It's an absolute steal. You're going to put in about 20 to 30 hours into this game. Really, really awesome title in the Bioshock franchise. All right, and if you're talking about really great franchises, you have to talk about Fallout. Now, Bethesda really messed up with their Fallout Online, and you know, there's been a bunch of backlash from it, but that doesn't take away from the fact that the Fallout series is an incredibly great series. Now, okay, there's some debate here. Fallout 4, is that the best one? Or is Fallout New Vegas the best one? Well, Fallout New Vegas, you will find on everybody's top 10 list. The story is deep. It's really intense. Honestly, to be, in my personal opinion, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, they're all must-gets. But if you're going to get any one, get the latest one. Get the latest and greatest so you have the latest and greatest graphics. Get Fallout 4. It's 50% off right now at $14.99. If you fall in love with the Fallout franchise like I have, go back and get New Vegas. Or if you've got the money, get them both right now because they're both dirt cheap. Oh, all right, the last one on my list is South Park Stick of Truth. Now, it's not necessarily a AAA game. I mean, it was put out by Ubisoft as the publisher, but you know, this game, you have to be fans of South Park to really enjoy this game. You know, I love, you know, Trey Parker, Matt Stone's creation of South Park. It's brought me many laughs throughout the years. And this game is just the epitome of South Park. It is crude. It is rude. And it is just, I mean, it's so funny. You are going to roll on the ground laughing if you love South Park. You've got to get this game. It's 80% off. It's $5.99. And if you've got $10 laying around, you can buy them both. You can buy South Park Stick of Truth and South Park's Fractured But Whole, which is also at $5. So it's like an 88% off at $10. It's really a great game. It's totally worth it. I highly recommend South Park Stick of Truth if you're into the South Park cartoon. All right, that was my video on Steam Summer Sale AAA games, because there's a couple that aren't AAA games in there, but they're all good. Every single one of these games that I listed in this list, you're going to invest at least 10 hours into. And if you look at some of the prices, that is an incredible dollar value, especially the ones that are overwhelmingly positive reviewed. Get them. They're overwhelmingly positive reviewed for a reason, because they're really, really good. And if you look on people's top 10 list, they are there because they're awesome games. Remember that a lot of these games can be modded, and so, you know, there is just an additional wealth of goodies and stuff that you can put into the game through the modding community. And so that's it. That's all I've got. Well, I hope you guys liked the video, and if you did, hit that like button. And if you're not subscribers, please subscribe. We have a great community of people here. If you want to follow me on any of my social media, you can find the links in the description below, along with all the links to the games. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.